have been thinking a lot about timelines. Is it true that we are always shifting timelines like billions of times per second?
Yes, the timelines are always changing. That's why you cannot stick to one story.
Okay.
Because they are always changing.
Okay.
That is a misconception on your planet that everyone hears a story and they stick to it.
Uh-huh.
The story is always changing.
Oh. So, if we think about our past, say, what we remember to be our past, it may not be the past that we actually went through. Or we went through several different pasts.
That's correct, because when you make a choice, you go to that one path. You could also make another choice and go on another path.
Right.
That's why you cannot go into the past. Some people have attempted to go into the past and they see things that happen in the past, but they also get confused.
Yeah.
There are some technologies where you can go into the past that most people don't know about. And when they go into the past, it really is not good because some of them do not come back because they materialize in the past and they try to talk to themselves, but they can't talk to themselves. We will not let them even get close to themselves because they will get close to themselves and the energy in between both of them will not match. It's like two magnets on polar opposites and they push against each other. So you can see yourself in the past, but you will not be able to get close to yourself in the past. And that is a safety to keep changing the past. You cannot change the past because the energies will not let you. If you see yourself in the past and you try to walk towards yourself, you will not be able to move.
Okay. So is it like an echo that we go to? Is it just a memory? Or like when we do the past life regression, we can see it, but we can't go to it. We can't influence it. Really.
That is correct.
Okay. So I had an idea though about, it was something that a channeler spoke about rewriting your story, your entire story of this incarnation, including your past. And the idea is to manifest it in the way that you want. And so by making your past a little different than what you remember, you could remove some, say, things that were traumatic and make it like they never happened.
Yes. That is definitely possible because you in your time, you think your time sometimes moves slow.
Yeah.
So if you had a traumatic experience in your childhood, it is easy for you to change that childhood because it's easy for you to imagine that something else happened. It is easy to change your own mind.
Yeah.
If you think you were manipulated when you were a child, you can literally say, no, I wasn't. And if you really believe that, and that will happen, and that will change your trajectory of your present life because you will totally forget. That's how some people, you can forgive people. If someone did something negative in your life in the past, if you forgive them, that is the same thing as forgetting.
Yeah.
And you will totally forget what they have done to you. If you hold on to what they've done to you your whole life, that will take you on a path in your life that will make you do certain things. Some things might make you be successful, and some might hold you back. If someone was abused when they was a child, and they doing something great to help abused children, then you turn that into a great thing. It didn't affect you to make you feel sorry for yourself. It made you stronger, and it made you help other people Some people
Yeah.
go the totally opposite direction, and it makes them feel sorry for themselves, and they think they are the ones that caused it, and they feel sorry for themselves, and they will go down to a dangerous road of depression or just feeling sorry for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So anything can change your past, but even if someone feels sorry for themselves in the present, all they have to do is think about what happened and forgive themselves and forgive the person that done that to them, and just say that was part of the plan that I chose when I came down there, because that is the plan that you chose before you came down here. If
Right.
you recognize that, then that will change the total trajectory of how you think of things, and it will make you a stronger person.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like if you say you had a family that didn't support you, or maybe they got divorced, your parents, or things like that, and it affected you. If you change that in your mind, if you felt that you were always supported and they didn't do that, they always gave you a good example, say, of being kind to each other, then that could change who you are now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Also, you can do it another way.
Okay.
If you're having a hard time with it and you have a family member that is always giving bad news, always saying bad things about you,
Uh-huh.
if you look at them and say, that is them, that is their problem, and you don't take nothing they say serious, then it will help you as well. If someone says you are what you call a loser all the time, do not take valid into those words. That person has a problem. It has nothing to do with you. And they're putting all their problems on you by calling you negative things to make you feel the same way as them. If you don't take any count of what they're saying, then it doesn't bother you. Then you can just talk to them and say, okay, or don't even try to argue with them. Just say, okay, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I am not a loser. But if you think I am, then that is on you. Then that will take their power away, and that will keep you stronger. And eventually they will stop doing that because they know it can affect you. And eventually they will stop doing that and just somewhat turn into what you call normal and stop doing that and act like a very supportive family member as what they're supposed to be.
Wow, that is really something.
Yes, you just don't take it personal.
Yeah.
They're not doing it to hurt you personally. They just having some kind of problem that's making them angry, and they just like to take it out on someone else.
Oh, yes.
That is just their personality. They have to work on themselves.
Yes.
So if you don't take anything they say personally and just assume that's just them and that has nothing to do with you, that will help you a lot better in your endeavors, because they will not be able to bother you and you can just keep doing what you're doing. And while you're talking to them, just listen to them. Just don't take it personal, because something is going on in their lives that they're having a problem with, and they're just taking it out on you.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that have had things like that, so that's really good advice for us. There are a lot of different beliefs right now, and people arguing in different things, but I guess if you think of it as every belief is valid for that person, for the path that they're on, and then you, like you said, don't worry about what they say in regards to you, then things will get better.
That is correct.
Okay. And in a hypnosis state, can you anchor these things in like more deeply uh, than if you're just thinking about it?
Do you mean the person that is being in the session?
Yeah, like their brainwave state. Are there certain brainwave states where people are I don't know, able to anchor in new ideas more easily? Or
Yes, when they are under, they just have to feel what they're feeling, but they can't see it as a burden. They have to see it as, okay, I am having a hard time seeing anything.
Oh, yes.
So if they have a hard time seeing anything, all they have to do is just relax and breathe. And then you will say, I see what you see. But if they say, I see nothing, you say, nothing always has something in it, which it does.
That's true.
If they say they see darkness, then they are seeing something.
That's true.
And something will come out of that darkness.
Yeah.
And the first thing they see, no matter what it is, they just see what it is, and then another thing will appear. If they say they see darkness, you can see the darkness. You can tell them, well, that darkness always has something in it. What do you see? Because it's only a certain amount of time where you can only see nothing.
Right.
Every being will end up seeing something sooner or later. You can't see darkness forever. When you sleep, you dream.
Right.
When you dream, dreams are the same thing as astral traveling. We call them dreams because that's what they call them, dreams. Someone decided to call them dreams.
Okay.
But when you're asleep, you're actually astral traveling.
Yeah.
So if you think you're dreaming about going into space, you're not dreaming, you're astral traveling. If you have a dream about eating a cake, you astral travel. You could be eating a cake in someone else's house. And sometimes when you're asleep, you think you are asleep, but you are astral traveling. But you can still hear things around you. So if you hear a banging noise in your house when you're asleep, that is your protection.
Oh.
Your higher self protects you
Yeah.
while you're asleep.
Yeah. I'm sure.
If they don't protect you while you were asleep, then that was part of your plan when you came down here.
Okay. Yeah.
So nothing happens for no reason. If you are asleep and you happen to so-called pass away in your sleep, then that was your course. Even if you pass away in the hands of someone else, that is what you planned before you came down here, because you wanted to pass away while you were asleep.
Yeah.
Because it will be easier for you to pass over and come back over to this side.
Yeah. Yeah.
But people can always see. If you go under and you say you cannot see, you will see something. Even if you say you see a balloon or any kind of little thing, you're not making it up. That is what you see. The first thing you see, you say what you see and follow it. If you're walking down some stairs, even if it's a dark stairway, walk down the stairway and keep describing what you see. Describe every moment what you see.
Yes.
Without even stopping. Just keep talking, describe everything that you see. Until you just can't stop talking. You just keep telling what you see. And you will be surprised what comes up.
Yes. That's true.
A lot of times, most people don't understand is when you meditate and you so-called go under, as you say, sometimes it is not going back into a past life. It is actually astral traveling in real time.
Wow.
Some people might not even be dead. If someone says they see, I see a ship. It's got big sails on it, and you get on the ship. You tell them what kind of ship, and if it's an older ship, it's an older ship. You could be in another timeline. So actually, time travel is possible. It's possible
That's true.
when you go into the light and you are meditating and you see things. It might not even look like it's in the past. It looks like it's in your present. So
Yeah.
therefore, you are astral traveling, and you could be talking to other people. It sounds very complicated, but it's fairly easy to be in two different timelines at once.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when somebody's describing something, they might not even be talking about a past life. They could be talking about
Mm-hmm.
another life they're living simultaneously. So if you listen to them closely,
That's true.
you will be able to tell.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people, like I say, we say it over and over, they think they're making it up, but they are not making it up.
No, they're not. Yes, I've learned that.
Yes.
Let's see. We had a client. I did want to make sure to ask you this. So we had a client who struggled a little bit during her session to she gave me detail, but there wasn't really a story, which was okay. We got to an emotion though, and something that was going to happen. And that's all we really needed, I think. But then trying to channel her higher self was challenging. And so we called Travis in, and we had a great session with the higher self. But then after it was all over, she started channeling. But it seems that the being she was channeling, I don't know who it was, if it was negative energy, it seems like it was someone who wanted to discourage ultimately, because they were playing little mind games. And she said every day the feeling, the energy got more and more dense feeling. It didn't at first though. So I'm curious as to what happened.
Was
Would you like?
Was the energy just randomly saying things?
It said things like she is going to start this and that, and she and her family will start this revolution of awakening, and for me to not feel bad that I failed, and things like that. And I didn't feel that I failed, so that was funny. But it was just kind of nonsense. Yeah, it's kind of nonsense.
I see.
It didn't really make sense.
She has some gifts coming out.
Yeah.
Her ego is fighting with her higher self, or her ego wants to do things really fast. So her higher self is trying to tell her not to tell everyone yet, because her ego is attached to her family, and her ego is kind of getting her in trouble because her family does not believe in what she is doing.
Right.
So her ego is over talking the higher self.
Oh,
He's taking over her mind and making her feel like she can do it no matter what. But her higher self is saying, no, you can do it, but only speak to the people that you know you can do it. You can't say it to everyone. But her ego is trying to convince her family. And her family is not on that spectrum yet. Her family is still in the old spectrum, is locked down into your so-called religion, and they are not going to believe it. The only time they are going to believe it is when they see she is succeeding at it with other people. She cannot get her family into her
Oh,
endeavors because her family does not understand what she is trying to do.
I get it.
Her ego is taking over. So she thinks it's her higher self telling that, but it's
Mhm.
not. It is her ego.
So that's her
Her ego is
ego's
trying to make her brave, but she is brave to the wrong people. She
Those-
needs to be brave to people that is in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Talking about the light is what everyone should be talking about, but the legend on your planet
Yeah.
is not set up that way. They talk about the light sometimes, but your religion is only stuck into one major thing, the heaven or hell, and that is it. And then they talk about demons and all of this other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She cannot be talking to her family about this yet.
Okay.
The only time she can get her family involved is when she has other people around her to help her first, and the other people will help her convince her family. And when she starts getting people that she is helping, and those people talk to her family, then they will understand. If her
Yeah.
family sees that she's helping other people do good things, then they will understand.
Yeah.
But they will not understand until then. Right
Yeah.
now, her family think she is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they usually do until we show them by example.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
She has to lead by example. When she does that and her family sees that people are liking her and
Mhm.
see her helping them, then they will be proud of her because they will see that she's helping other people.
Yeah.
They don't see her helping other people yet. They just see her looking weird and saying weird things, and it's scaring them.
Right.
And that is not what she needs to be doing.
Yeah. 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 I mean, even we had that, I think, a little bit with Travis's family. At first, I think they thought we were bonkers.
Yes,
But
and then
now,
they see that
yeah.
you are helping people, and they
Yeah.
are very proud of you,
I
and they are
know.
very supportive.
Yes.
But the thing that helped this area
Uh-huh.
and your husband is your husband never cared about what his family thought. He
Yeah.
knew that they would see
Mhm.
that you are helping people with messages from us.
Yeah.
He just waited to show them something.
Mhm.
So she needs to wait to show them something first.
Okay.
If they see that she's helping people, then they will be proud of her and they will get out of their demon mix.
Mhm.
They will
Yeah.
be out of their scared mix. They
Right.
won't be worried about her anymore. They will
Yeah.
believe in her and they will trust what she's doing, and it will all change. But for right now, she cannot tell them anything about this.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Those egos are pretty cheeky beings sometimes.
Yes.
Is it like negative energy works with the ego, or can the ego just do that on its own?
What they what her ego is doing is not negative.
Yeah,
It is just overstepping.
overstepping. So how can she get her ego to calm down? Like I'm not even sure how I got mine to
She needs
calm
to
down.
listen to her higher self. Her
Okay.
higher self will get her to watch what she does before she does
Oh,
anything.
okay.
She needs to listen to who she's talking to. If she
Mhm.
knows the people she's talking to does not gel with what she's doing, then she just leaves them out of it and don't say anything. They don't
Mhm.
need to know about it
Mhm.
until she has something to show them that she's helping other people.
Mhm.
Her ego just wants it to be now. Her
Mhm.
ego is
Yeah.
they'll understand, just do it now. And their
Yeah.
higher
Yeah.
self is no, that is not what you should be doing right now.
So maybe she could even take classes in something maybe like this
Exactly.
or whatever she's interested in
Exactly.
to help people, and then that'll give her a framework for
Yes.
moving forward. Okay,
That is it.
awesome. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, it was the one. Well, it sounds, by the way, like her throat chakra is not messed up.
No, her throat chakra is getting stronger. That's why
Yeah.
her ego took over, because
Okay.
he felt that she was getting a strong chakra in her throat. So
Okay.
he's making her speak too soon to the wrong people.
Okay.
The people she needs to be talking to are the ones that are doing what she wants to do.
Okay.
And when they see that she's helping other people, then she can feel her family into it so she can show them what she is doing. She has nothing to show them right now.
Yeah.
They just think she's losing her mind.
Okay, well, she can change that, though.
It is very easy for her to change.
Yeah. Okay.
She will just have to keep it to herself.
Mm-hmm.
And they will forget about everything she's doing until she shows them again what she's doing when she's helping other people. Until then, she cannot tell them about what she is doing.
Okay.
Because they will not understand.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I had another question. There was something that I asked, I think it was Uriel. I can't remember. I think it was about, it's either Uriel or Metatron, about sacred circuitry. An idea I had, or thought that I heard actually, about sending that from my heart to someone else's heart. And now I cannot find it. So did I make that up? Or what was that?
The sacred circuitry is a real thing.
Okay.
The Native Americans on your planet knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what their symbols were for.
Yeah.
But you did not imagine it. You still have it. You will retrieve it again.
Did he say that, the channeler? Say that? Or did I get that idea in my mind or something?
He said it in a different way, but you got it the correct way.
Okay.
You have a gift of seeing things and hearing things the way they're supposed to be heard.
Oh. Is that a healing a thing that you can do?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You can use it for healing as well.
Okay, so
you can use it as healing people's minds as well. When you hear someone say something and it sounds negative, you can easily turn it into positive.
And is it the same as we talked about, where I send it from my heart to theirs? I imagine that.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
So it's like, is it like a kind of like a healing ability or gift?
Yes, it's mind healing.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Mind healing.
Appreciate
And
learning.
mind healing can also do physical healing. Because when you heal their mind,
right,
they can heal themselves.
Right.
Everyone on your planet can heal themselves, and they have no idea that they can.
Yeah, you can heal yourself of anything, can't you?
Yes, you can heal yourself of everything.
Everything.
It's the way you take it into your mind. That's why sometimes we really wish that most of your doctors would tell people that they can heal themselves.
Yeah.
But the reason why doctors don't say that is because they cannot make money saying that.
Right.
They will make no money if everyone knew that they can heal themselves. If someone says that you have a brain tumor, but you feel fine, then you can cure that brain tumor. But if they say you got a brain tumor, you're going to die in 2 months, and you believe that, then you will die in 2 months.
Yeah.
Because you will make yourself feel like you're useless, and you just wait to die, and you put all that energy into that tumor and make it bigger. You can literally think that tumor is not there, and it will go away. Even if you feel pain sometimes, the pain is supposed to be there, but if you're stronger than a pain, then it will go away. It will literally go away. When you feel pain and you start feeling sorry for yourself, that makes the pain stronger. If you feel pains like, oh crap, and then you just try to ignore it or do something else to make it feel a little lighter, you keep doing that until you don't feel the pain anymore, then you are healing yourself. But if you feel the pain and you let the pain just get at you, and then you start feeling sorry for yourself, that pain will not go away because you're making it stronger because you feel sorry for yourself.
I was thinking, someone asked me about the lymphoma. And I was thinking, I felt like I was healing myself, and I felt like the pain had gone away, and I felt so good about it. And then I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me it had grown. And that exact instant, I instantly had pain come back.
Exactly.
And I was thinking about that yesterday, and I think that discouraged me,
Mm-hmm.
and I changed a timeline or switched over to believing.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it was so.
That is exactly what happened.
Okay, so I was.
That's how you switch timelines. If a doctor or anyone says anything negative about you and you believe what they say, then that is a timeline you chose. If you don't believe it, then you will split off to another timeline, which
Right.
will be a better timeline. That's it.
So I was healing myself.
Yes, you totally
Oh, my.
healed yourself
Yeah. Yeah, I felt it. And then,
because it was growing.
right.
But then when you really start thinking about things and you got into thinking about the light, thought about your nutrition, we gave you a lot of answers and you took them.
Yes.
And that's how you heal yourself.
Yeah.
You don't always have to talk to us to hear yourself. Sometimes you have to hear it. But there are some people that do it on their own. They're not better than anyone else.
No.
But sometimes people just believe
Yeah.
that they are not going to die. And they
Right.
don't die.
Exactly.
It's the same exact thing.
It's amazing that it took me a while to figure that out. But I remember going in there expecting them to say it's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And my guess is that it was going to be smaller. It just hadn't manifested fully yet. Is that right?
Exactly. And then you
Okay.
took the words
I
that we
took
gave
the
you.
words,
You
and
did your nutrition, and then you went right back in there a few months later, and it was gone.
Oh, so I did that.
You cured yourself.
Oh my goodness. Well, I know I do not feel it now. I don't feel it at all. I don't believe it's there.
And even the little pains you still have left will eventually all go away. Yes, it is taking a while,
so-called.
but it is getting smaller and smaller. It will go away eventually.
Oh, I've noticed. I was telling Travis even 2 months ago I had more pain than I do now. It's going away.
It always tries to come back when there's negative energy.
Sure, yeah, and 2 months ago.
Because it's easier for the negative energies to come when someone is feeling down.
Sure.
It's really easy.
Yeah, that's a tough thing, is to stay up when you're getting pummeled in other areas. But yeah, I know we can do. I'll do that. They say that as a what is it they say? That particular lymphoma is non-curable. I do not believe that. I don't believe anything is
Nothing is
non-curable.
Nothing is non-curable.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Go ahead. Okay.
There are some instances in other countries where someone was blind and they were able to see again.
Yeah.
They are hiding a lot of those because in your Bible, the person you called Yeshua cured blindness.
Right.
And they wanted to make you think that he's the only one that can do that. And that is not true.
Well, that would be sad if only one person could do that.
But that is what you think on your planet because that is what is in your religion. They think he is the only one that can do that when everyone can cure themselves of it.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is believe. And a lot of people don't believe.
I think there are lots of ways to get to that belief. It's just so new to us, you know.
Yes.
We weren't taught that way.
Right.
We were taught we could not do things.
Exactly. You were taught only
limits.
Spiritual people from the past.
Yeah.
Like
yes, and that.
Yeshua could do it.
Yeah.
And no one else can do it because you are nothing. They don't say it
Right.
that way, but that is the way they brought you up.
Yeah, it is. To make us think that we are not powerful when we are.
Yes, everyone is very powerful, but the environment you were raised in, that is what you were raised in.
Yeah.
And you knew that.
Hmm.
That's why it scares people.
Yeah.
There are some people on your planet that can fly,
Yeah.
but they keep it secret because people on your planet scare so easily because they're not used to seeing it.
Hmm.
They always say they find new animals and everything on your planet,
Hmm.
but they never mention the ones that are really, really big because they know it will scare people.
Really?
There are actually mammals and things in your oceans that are
Oh, yes. I was going to ask
really,
you.
really is what you call big.
Yeah.
And they know about them and they pray they never come up where everybody can see it because they know everyone will be scared. But no, the only animals they tell you they find are little bitty ones. Oh, we found this new animal. It's been extinct for millions of years and it's like the size of a small fish. So that's not going to scare anyone.
So there are large, large animals in our oceans.
Yes.
Mhm.
And there are also some in your skies.
Yeah.
Every now and then you will see them.
Wow.
But those animals can phase in and out of dimensions.
Mhm. So that leads me to what's been going on with the skies and people worrying and the future. As I understand it, we create our experience here fully and completely. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if we don't want to have archons, or if we don't want to have reptilians, or if we don't want to have a government that is a certain way, we don't have to have those things. Is that right? We can just decide we don't want to have them and create that.
Yes, and that confuses a lot of people on your planet
Yeah, it
because
does.
even though those beings are on your planet,
Mhm.
if someone says they don't want to have that in their timeline,
Mhm.
they will not see them. The only thing that will change that, though, is everyone will see the same thing at one point.
Mhm.
That's why they are confused because they say, well, if you tell someone you don't have to see UFOs if you don't want to,
Mhm.
which that would be easier now because no one really looks in the sky that much, so they won't believe in it.
Mhm.
But eventually, everyone will see them. And saying they won't have that in their life, they won't be able to do that because they will see it.
Okay.
That is why it's confusing to people.
Mhm.
Because if you tell them that, they was like, how is that possible? Because if there was a lot of ships in the sky and everyone had seen it at once,
Mhm.
how are you going to say, okay, I don't want that in my life?
Yeah.
They will not be able to go away like that. That's why it confuses people.
Well, it seems like it's just something you have planned or that is in the plan for everyone.
It
Is
is
that
because
right?
eventually it will have to happen
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the people on your planet, everyone will have to know that
Right.
they're not the only ones
Right.
that have been created.
Right.
That is why it is a trap what you're in now because they keep hiding things from you
Mhm.
because they don't want to cause pandemonium and it will mess up the setting that you're in because everyone will be angry that they were lied to. which is going to get to that point regardless anyway, because they keep hiding stuff from you, and they're not going to be able to hide it for long, because a lot of the beings that they're trying to hide from you are hiding on their time.
Oh, okay. Got it.
The people on your planet cannot stop them because they don't have the technology to stop them.
Right.
They ask them not to show themselves because of the way everything is set up down there, because they know if they show themselves, everything would just be pandemonium. Everyone would be afraid. No one would work because everyone would be scared, and your so-called economy would crash. And they would have to figure out a way to get everyone to live in a different system, which that would not be hard because that would force people to work together.
Right.
You have everything to make food. So why do you need to make it and make people pay for it? It's because of greed.
Yeah.
You have everything to create everything.
Yeah.
Everyone could have food for free. Everyone could have everything for free.
Yeah.
But they try to make it seem like you need money to make things. You don't. You don't even need a currency. You have everything on your planet to make everything for everyone. There shouldn't be no homeless people. Everyone could have a home to live in. But no, they have it set up where you have to have currency to do it because they're greedy. And the greed doesn't mean anything. They shouldn't even be greedy because everything here on my side, you will have that all anyway.
Right.
So why do you need it down there? And why are you keeping it from other people down there?
Yeah.
Everyone, you could literally have what you call a heaven on earth if they just, what you call, stop the madness and just, people will still make the things you make out of pure happiness because they won't have to worry about struggling.
Right. Yeah.
You can always have cars without people paying for them. People will be happy to keep making cars if they don't have to worry about paying bills or anything.
Yeah,
If they know
that's
people
true.
need cars to drive and they know how to make them, they will make them just to help other people. People that know how to make food will make the food because they know how to make it. They will make it.
Out of love? Will it be out of that?
Yes.
Okay.
And the way they make it is in buildings and stuff. You wouldn't even call it work. You would go there freely. And if you have people going there making it and not on a set schedule, you will always have more people coming in there. If somebody say, okay, I want to go make food for a couple of hours, they won't have to be in there for 8 hours. They're like, okay, I'll go make food for a couple hours so we can keep having food.
Yeah.
And such will come and take my place. That way you can still have fun with your families and stuff. Because you know you will need food, so you know you have to make it. But at least you want to be in there for what you call your so-called 8 or 12 hours to make it, to make some money just to live. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
And they know it's not that hard. And they don't want people to realize that because you've been doing it for so long.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when the other beings come and everything will collapse, the other beings will show them, then that's the way to keep everything going.
So how does the flash fit into that? Will it be later? Or can you tell me? I know you can't tell me everything.
I can't tell you when the time that happens, but
Yeah.
those will, would you call disclosure?
Yeah, disclosure. That's what they call it.
That will happen before the flash.
Okay. Okay.
Because
yeah.
there will still be some people panicking after disclosure.
Yeah.
But it won't be a total, what you call, mess, but everything will be different. And some people will still have a hard time with things, but it won't be terrible. So that's why by the time the flash comes, everything won't be in disarray. It'll be easier to help most people.
That's
with the
good.
flash, because a lot of people will recognize that when the other you call beings come, they will see that everything is better, because they will have to reconstruct how everything is going to be ran, because like I said, no one would want to work. It'll be a lot of angry people because they were told lies about other beings being out there, and it's kind of hard to interpret it on your terms, but everything will be different once the closure hits and they see other beings.
Are we manifesting the flash because of the changes that are coming?
There's no need to manifest the flash. He's coming regardless.
It's true. So some people think there's a certain number of people that have to awaken for the flash to come. That's not the case.
No.
Yeah, it's just coming.
It's better for more people to be awakened,
right?
Because they'll be there to help the people that are not awakened.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And there's not a certain amount that need to be awakened. Either way.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to awaken when the flash comes. Some will be relieved when it comes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
certainly
everyone is getting tired on your planet. They are tired of
they are
work.
They are.
They're tired of working.
Yep.
It sounds weird, but it's not true. It's people
Not
are
really.
tired of work and they want to be with their families and have fun with their families and just live a nice life.
Yeah.
They don't want to have to work to survive. It's been happening too long and they're just tired of it.
Yeah. It's just time for the game to end, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Somebody mentioned something about the Earth grid, and I think I asked about this before. Is there an Earth grid?
There are grids on your planet with energies.
Uh-huh.
The pyramids are parked over some of the grids.
Okay.
Every thing you call on your planet a so-called supernatural, what is not.
Yeah.
The one you call Bermuda Triangles is part of the grid.
Okay.
There are places all over your planet with grids. They're not negative grids. Those are natural grids on your planet that has lots of positive energy. Some energies will go into different dimensions.
That's right.
So the grid is not what you call the matrix. The grid is an energy grid. Some have figured it out.
Yeah.
You might find some information about the grid.
Yeah, I think there is some out there.
It encircles the whole planet.
Yeah. The light, I think they call it the light grid.
There are light grids in different civilizations, like Atlantis, and they were all built on the grid. There are some places in your country that has the grids.
Oh,
one is called Sedona, which you are not too far from.
Yeah.
Which is an area you're in now is a very, very good positive spot.
Is it? Okay.
I guess you can tell there was not much negative energy down here. Up north, there was more negative energy.
Yeah.
But down here is not, because you're close to Sedona.
Oh. Okay.
One is over Hawaii.
Oh, I can see that. I feel great when I go there.
Yeah, there are a lot of spots on your planet that has the positive energy.
Speaking of Hawaii, did I get a transmission from the dolphins? It was so fast.
Yes.
Okay. I just
Those
wanted to make sure.
mammals on your planet, they're basically the equivalent of humans, and a lot of humans know that.
I could feel that.
They're actually smarter than humans.
I could feel that. I could feel the intelligence.
Like, they are the equivalent of humans, and a lot of humans on your planet know that. That's why they are protected.
Yeah.
The whales are also that way.
Is the whale an actual physical oversoul of the dolphins? Is that true?
Somebody made that name up, but they're actually twin souls because they're the same.
Twin souls.
The whales are just bigger.
Just bigger. Okay.
They're both smart in the same capacity, though.
Okay.
And another one that is super, super intelligent, that's very equivalent to the human, is the one that you call the octopus or the squid.
Yes.
They are very, very intelligent.
They seem very intelligent. Very, very, very.
Yes.
It's interesting. I've had people go back to lives where they were similar to octopus beings. So that's curious. But yeah, twice. I've never played with the dolphins, so I'm just learning to trust those things, but I still like to ask you guys sometimes.
They use the telepathy a lot, and
yeah,
they can communicate with humans. There are some humans that can communicate with the dolphins, and they don't tell anyone because they don't want to seem crazy.
It sounded crazy. I didn't want to scare people. It's more scaring people, I'm thinking I'm nuts. They already think that, but I don't care. Yeah, that and lots of new abilities, which is exciting. I can feel it right now. Oh wow, feeling people's feelings is so strong.
Yes.
Like even the nuances of their feeling, like
your abilities is getting stronger.
It's exciting. Will I be able to channel soon?
Yes, you can actually channel now.
Yeah.
But you are believing that you can't.
I know.
And that is not true.
I have. It's not quite in the way Travis does, but
you have the same capacity.
Okay.
You have to believe that you can do it.
Yeah.
You believe that you can't do it because you believe that you're still on the edge where you think you might not be.
Okay.
You think that you will be making it up. Which most people do. When you channel, you just say what you were seeing. You say who you are and just speak.
Yeah.
That is channeling.
I know.
Your husband thinks he's been doing it for a while. But even though he doesn't know what is going on until after, since you are recording, he is in his body.
Yeah.
He hears me speaking now, but he doesn't remember until after he sees it. Even now, he always thinks that he is saying it.
Yeah.
He's not saying it. I'm just speaking through him.
Right.
So he thinks, not anymore, he doesn't think he's making it up because he's been doing it for so long.
Right.
But he is in his body. He can feel things and things.
Yeah, you're not in his body.
He knows that we are speaking through him.
Is it?
But he still thinks that he is saying it.
Yeah. Is it your consciousness? Is it like you are on the same frequency?
Yes.
Okay.
He is here, but he is not speaking. I am.
Right.
But he can feel his body.
Okay. Okay. So that's how he linked up with the channeler that we saw. Was he just...
It's the same thing.
Yeah. The frequency?
Yes.
And the vibration.
But if someone else is channeling, he can... It is possible to channel at the same time as someone else. The only difference is when someone else is speaking, the other person is not in your body. He can hear it, but his mouth would not be moving because he is not channeling that person. The other person is channeling, but he can hear it,
He could
but he
hear
can
it.
channel it at the same time.
Mhm.
When someone is channeling, you will never see two channelers speaking at the same time.
I see.
Because, which is really how it works, is two people can channel at the same time, but
Mhm.
you can only come through one person's body. We can't come through two people's
Okay.
body at once.
Okay.
Will they be speaking at the same time? But
Yeah.
they can hear it.
Mhm.
So that is how
He was able to do that.
that happened.
Okay. Yeah, that was really interesting. I think he's just so natural at it. It's really fun to watch.
Everyone is natural at it.
Yeah.
They just have to believe in it.
Yeah.
Or just surrender.
Yeah.
Your husband just surrender.
It's
He
funny.
does not think of anything. He just goes blank and surrenders.
And he is doing it now completely himself. Oh, I did want to ask you, is there any difference in having your eyes open versus closed when you channel? Are those different types of channeling, or does it even need to be explained?
Your eyes open channeling is a very strong channeling.
Yeah.
That's when you really, really let things take over, because you literally go out of your body while you're standing up and we can take over.
Wow.
A lot of people can't do that. It usually happens in an instant where if you're used to letting us take over, you can literally just shut down.
Yeah.
If someone asks you a question and you don't know what it is and you think we know what it is, you can literally go blank, and that's like stepping out of your body, and we can step in and we can take over.
Wow.
He did not know he could do that.
And that's what my other friend did as well.
Yes.
So many talented people. But then, as you say, everyone can do it.
Yes, the eyes open one is very powerful, because that's when you're really sure of what you know, what you can do.
Sometimes it seems as if we take action, and that is when things happen.
It usually happens when you really want to help someone. If someone is looking at you and you know they need help and you really want them to help, that's how that was able to happen when you were there. He saw her eyes and it made him want to help. But he knew himself he didn't have anything to say to her to help her right away. So he kind of went blank and he asked us for help really fast. And we took over really fast.
Wow. Was that when we were talking to the people? Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that was really
He really
amazing.
Wanted to help that person.
Okay. Well, that's good to know too. I guess you have to be, like you said, very strong.
Well, sometimes you don't have to be very strong. You can actually take that in every instance.
Okay.
You said you're still trying to figure out how to channel. You know how to channel. The way you can really get your channeling really amped up is when you want to channel, think about you really need to help people. And it will kick in. Don't do it just to be doing it, because that might not work. If you really want to channel, it's like, okay, I really need to channel because I need to help these people. And it will come.
Okay.
It will happen.
Thank you so much. That changes a lot.
There are a lot of people that cannot so-called speak to the higher selves, which they really can. And they always do, but they think they're speaking to themselves. They're not speaking to themselves. When someone says, oh, I talk to myself all the time, well, you're not talking to yourself. You are, but you're talking to your higher conscience.
Yeah.
Your higher mind.
To me. So I don't really have any more questions, I don't think, for today.
Well, we are happy that you're helping people. We just want people to stay in the light, and everything is going to be fine because that's the way it is set up. So no one needs to worry.
Well, thank you.
You are very welcome.
I love you all dearly. Thank you for this today.